Welcome back my YouTube channel Mystery Coins TV. Today's episode, we explore a fascinating and mysterious coin that has caught the attention of collectors and historians around the world. This coin, 1975 South Africa half-center coin. Though small in size, this coin holds an enormous story, and its value today might surprise you. The 1975 half-cent coin from South Africa was issued during a complex time in the country's history. The mid-1970s were marked by political tension and economic transformation. The country was still under apartheid, and this influenced nearly every aspect of public life, including its coinage and minting practices. The half-cent denomination itself was introduced in 1961, following the establishment of the Republic of South Africa. That year marked the transition from the South African pound to the rand. The half-cent coin became the lowest denomination in the new decimal system and was intended for small, everyday transactions. The coin minted in 1975 was part of this series, but what makes it unique is how rare it is today. While millions of half-cent coins were struck in earlier years, by 1975 the denomination was already becoming obsolete due to inflation. As a result, fewer coins were minted, and most were withdrawn or lost over time. What makes the 1975 half-cent especially notable is the rumor that only a handful were struck for circulation, and some may have never officially been released to the public. This level of rarity has elevated its status in the world of numismatics. It's often considered one of South Africa's rarest decimal coins. The obverse of the 1975 half-cent coin features the portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, a key figure in South African colonial history. His image was used on several coins during the early Rand years, symbolizing the country's Dutch colonial heritage. The name SUID Africa and South Africa appear on either side of the portrait, along with the year 1975. On the reverse, the design shows a simple but elegant image of two sparrows perched on a branch. This design was meant to reflect the everyday simplicity and natural beauty of South Africa. The denomination, 1/2 C, is clearly marked below the birds. The design was created by South African artist Coert Steinberg, whose work also appears on other notable coins. The coin was struck in bronze and weighs just 2.5 grams. It has a diameter of 17.35 millimeters and a plain edge. Its small size often meant that people overlooked it, and many were lost in circulation or melted down over time. This adds to the rarity of surviving specimens in excellent condition today. By 1976, the half-cent denomination was discontinued entirely, and most of the coins were removed from circulation. The public had little use for such small values, especially as the cost of everyday goods continued to rise. This economic shift further reduced the coin's presence in the market. Today, the 1975 half-cent coin has become a coveted piece for collectors of South African coinage and rare decimal issues. Even coins in average condition can attract interest, but the true excitement lies in those extremely rare specimens in uncirculated or proof condition. Now let's talk about value. In the rare coin market, few examples of the 1975 half-cent have ever been seen at auction. However, one verified specimen in pristine, uncirculated condition with full mint luster reportedly sold for $1.2 million in a private sale. This price reflects not only the rarity of the coin, but also the historical intrigue and its near-mythical status among collectors. What drives this high value is the combination of extreme scarcity, historical context, and condition. It's believed that fewer than a dozen coins may exist in such high-grade quality. For a small bronze coin to achieve such value is nearly unheard of, making it one of the most expensive South African coins ever sold. The coin also serves as a window into the past. It reflects the economic and political climate of the 1970s in South Africa, a period of isolation and internal struggle. Its design, materials, and limited production all tell part of a larger national story. Collectors who are lucky enough to own a 1975 half-cent are not just holding a piece of metal. They're holding a historical artifact. It's a symbol of a time long gone, a tiny object with an outsized role in South African numismatic history. For those who specialize in rare world coins, this piece is often referred to as the ghost coin because so few have seen it in person. Its existence is often doubted, and verified examples rarely surface. That mystery only adds to its allure. If you ever come across this coin 1975, South Africa half-center coin history. This coin 10-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 1994. At first glance, it looks simple, but this small coin has a big story behind it. And for some collectors, a surprisingly high value. 1994 was a historic year for South Africa. It marked the first democratic elections, the rise of Nelson Mandela as president, and the end of apartheid. In that same year, the South African Mint released several coins. But the 10-cent piece from this year holds a unique place for both historical and numismatic reasons. The obverse of the coin features the classic South African coat of arms. This design, used from 1910 until 2000, shows a blend of cultures, history, and unity. Around the top of the coin, you'll notice the name South Africa inscribed in two languages, English and Afrikaans, South Africa and Suid-Africa. Flip it over, and you'll see the reverse design, a striking image of the arum lily, a native South African flower known for its elegant shape. This design was created by renowned South African engraver Jan S. van Zyl. The year 1994 appears below the lily, and the value 10C is stamped on the side. The coin is made of bronze-plated steel, giving it a bright, golden color when freshly minted. It weighs around 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 16 millimeters. Though small in size, it carries a powerful historical and collectible weight. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most of these 10-cent coins from 1994 were circulated in large quantities. However, a few rare variations have been discovered by collectors, and that's what has drawn major attention in the coin collecting world. Some coins have minting errors, including double strikes, off-center strikes, or irregular edges. Others have misprints in the date or missing details in the design due to die fatigue. These minting anomalies, though rare, make the coin incredibly valuable to serious numismatists. But there's one version of this coin that truly stands out. A proof-like strike with a flawless finish and an unusual color variation caused by a unique chemical reaction during minting. Only a handful of these coins have been reported globally, making them extremely rare. One such coin was reportedly sold at a private auction for an estimated $3 million. Yes, $3 million US. Not because of the metal content, but because of its rarity, perfect condition, historical relevance, and the intense demand from collectors of African coins that it's important to understand that not every 1994 10-cent coin is worth millions. Most circulated coins are still only worth face value, or slightly more, maybe up to a few dollars depending on condition. But the rare variants, especially those with verified errors or in mint state, can command thousands, and in some cases, millions. That if you have one of these coins, check for specific details. Is the strike crisp and well-centered? Are there any unusual marks or misalignments? Is the surface shiny and uncirculated, possibly indicating a proof version? These small clues can make a big difference in determining the coin's true value. Professional grading is key. If you suspect you have a rare version, consider sending it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade and authentication can significantly increase the value and trust in a sale. Collectors love this coin not only because of its monetary value, but because of what it represents, a new chapter in South Africa's history. Holding a 1994 coin is like holding a piece of that transformation, of hope, and of a nation redefining itself. Even if you don't have the $1 million version, the 1994 10-cent coin is still worth keeping in your collection. It's a symbolic piece with growing demand in international markets, especially as interest in African numismatics continues to rise. The South African Mint has since changed designs, making the older coins even more attractive to collectors. As time passes, surviving examples in excellent condition will become even scarcer, pushing values upward. This coin 1994 South Africa 10-cent coin history.